Hi, it's Steffi from Steffi's Beads and Baubles. Sorry I've been away this week. I had a cold. I'm still getting over the cough, as you noticed from my last video. Now my husband has the cold, so we've been limping along the last week. But this is my last dollar bead box, and I'll let you see what I got. And this is how it comes, like this. And then the other side has your address on it, but it's a nice little box, and these are really nice boxes to reuse for stuff. And I'm going to be taking all my boxes apart and putting everything away. I still got them all in their individual boxes along with my vintage bead boxes. I did cancel the vintage bead box. I kind of felt bad because I told the gal that, you know, I just didn't feel they were very cohesive, that I thought the sets weren't always made sense to me, and she told me that she does the whole thing by herself. She's a whole company. So I kind of felt bad. I tried to not be disrespectful, but you still feel bad when somebody's put their heart and soul in something and then you tell them you don't really care for it. I just didn't feel it was $25 worth of beads a week or a month. Had it been a little cheaper, I could see. Dollar bead box 2. This one is 18 all in, which means shipping included. And you know, when you see what you get, it's not bad, but I'm just not big on getting a couple beads. For example, this one here, I would have loved 2 of those, because I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can get it up to the camera. It's got some gorgeous detail in it, and 1 doesn't help me. 2 would have been nice. Now I can get on there and for $1 buy another one, but I probably won't. But anyway, let me show you what I got. As usual, what I like about them is they send you a list. And just a little note. And this is their August box. And the first thing on the list is the check glass coral, which I don't see the coral. I think that looks more like a beige, but they call it coral. Try to get the lighting good here. It's a pretty color though. And then this one is Chinese crystal rondelles. Now these are 1 by 2 millimeter. So they are about the size of a seed bead. They are very tiny. You get 120 pieces. There were 50 pieces of those pearls. Now these are 6 millimeter check glass drux, D-R-U-K. And they're peridot. And there are 32 pieces. Kind of hold it back so you can see. And then the same thing in a purple, a light amethyst. Same exact thing, 32 pieces. And then this one is a, oh wait, this one is twisted rondelle. Twisted rondelle. And you got an option. There was going to be either amber or blue zircon. Now I would have rather had the blue zircon, but I do like amber beads, so I'm okay with that. But I bet the blue would have been pretty. And they're just kind of a twisted, real pretty. And what I like about their list is they tell you what the strands are. So at the top of the list, it tells you all the strands. Now this was an interesting piece. This is 32 to 36 inches hand-dyed Chinese silk cord, and jet or raspberry, and luckily I got the raspberry. And you get 1 piece of that. And then we got the little pieces, the little bags. Now these are check glass butterflies, blue with a silver wash. Very pretty. And then there's 2, so you can make a pair of earrings or something out of them. This is the kiwi green check glass vintage style tabular coin, 20 millimeters. Like I said, I love this piece, but I wish there were 2. And I mean, the good news is when you're a club member, you can go buy another. Now I quit, so I'm not. But if I had wanted to, I could have gone and bought another one. I don't know if you can see the design really well, but it's got a texture to it. It's very pretty. Then you have pewter spacers. Now this confused me. It said antique silver. These are not antique silver. These are bright silver. And the only other spacers were these, but these are listed later down. So I don't know how these are antique silver, because to me they're bright silver. In person, they're very bright. So that kind of confused me. Then we have Blue Iris Star Cut Chinese Crystal in 2 sizes. We got 10 of the 4x5 millimeter and 6 of the 5x7. And they're pretty. They're kind of got a blackish, they're blue with like a blackish, almost an iris glow to them. Very pretty. And they got an interesting shape. Okay. And then a purple gold stone. I don't know if I thought it was black. It says purple though. But I don't know if you can see. Let me take it out of the bag because I don't think you can see. This has like gold flecks in it, or little, like, you see the like shimmers? See the shimmery? That's like it looks like glitter in it. I don't know if you can see that. I think it's showing up on camera. But it looks black, but it says it's purple. But even holding it up to the light, it looks jet black to me. I don't know. Let me hold it up. Yeah, it looks jet black to me, so I don't get the purple. To me, that looks black. And again, only one. And this is a Brazil Opalite Twisted Tubular Oval, 15 by 30 millimeters. It's just a nice stone bead. So I guess you could make a pendant out of it. But like this is another one I would have made a pair of earrings out of, but you only get one. So, and it says it's a crystal tiger stripe, but again, this one, I don't know. I got some tiger stripe crystal opaque or glass or crystal beads before, and I wasn't very happy with those because the stripe is very odd. It's like not really a stripe. It's just like little specks. I'm not real impressed with this one. With that piece, I should say. Now this one's beautiful, and they do give you 2. Now they call this pink, but that is clearly purple. I have tons of pink and purple. This is clearly purple. I don't know why they call it pink. It's called Crystal Antique Pink Swarovski 5525 Wave Bead, 19 millimeter. And I guess it's Swarovski brand, because you can't use that term unless that's what it is. Yes, it's actually, so give them the credit that's due them. That's, very few of them have a brand mark on the back. Most of them just say dollar. But when you mention Swarovski, you have to, they're very, very particular about it. So these are the actual brand. They're a good quality, beautiful crystal. And I really like those. The hole kind of goes, so they'll go on the string like this, so that one wave will be down, one wave will be up. Can you see the hole right through the middle? Beautiful. Then we have the daisy spacers. And I've got tons of those. I didn't need more. Then these are cones, but they're kind of like bead caps. They do kind of look like ice cream cones, though. So, you know what I might do with these? Put a pretty bead on the top and make them look like little ice cream cone earrings. Then there's these calla lily charms, which you get 2 of those, so that's good. Again, a pair of earrings. And then these are called Chinese Glass Laser Etched Round 8 millimeter melon pattern. And they've got the purple, they're a purple and white stripe, which I don't know if the camera's picking up that purple. But they got a real sparkly purple, kind of a shiny, kind of a foil look. If I had to give it a name, I'd say almost a foily look. Purple, a very reflective purple and white. Anyway, so that is that. So that will be my last bead box for now. I found a list of some other bead boxes that are out there. There's Bargain Bead Box. There's Bead Crate. Beads, let's see. Bead Crate, Blueberry Cove beads. I haven't checked any of these out. The ones I did first were Vintage Bead Box and Dollar Bead. So I don't know if I'll check any of those out anytime soon. I think I'm going to wait till my husband's back to work. So what I've been doing lately is just listing in my Etsy and eBay shop, because I want to get rid of some of the huge mess I have in this room. I have so much stuff, and I just want to lighten the load, really empty my room out, and I also want to put a little money in the bank, you know, until my husband gets back to work. So those are two things I'm going to be working on. I do have my video ready to go for the ornament, so I'll probably be filming that in just a few minutes. But that's where I'm at, and so if you've enjoyed the dollar bead boxes, I apologize that I'm stopping for now. I may go back to it later in the year. I think it'd be fun to do it during the holidays, see what they come up with. Vintage bead box I will not do again, because I really, that first box that she sent me, the Titanic, was amazing. That box was amazing. There were so many gorgeous beads in that box, and I fell in love. And then every box since then, I've just have not felt like I got the same quality or quantity that I did in that Titanic box. If they were all as good as the Titanic box, I would have stayed forever, because that box was worth every penny I spent. And I told her that I loved that box. Every penny I spent was worth it on the Titanic, the first box I got. There were so many gorgeous beads in there, a good amount of each one. And then it just seemed to go downhill since then. So I'm going to today probably open up all my dollar bead boxes and all my vintage bead boxes and unload them all onto the table, sort them into colors, and then start putting them away into all my boxes, which I have back up on the shelf again since I finished making my jewelry. I don't know if you can see. Let me turn the camera. See, there's all my boxes are back up there. You know, wanted to talk a little bit more about jewelry. One of the neat things about making your own jewelry is when you're done, like if you make some pieces and you find you don't wear them, like I made, I'm going to put my camera so I can see it again. I made these earrings, and then one of the ear wires broke, and I found that I just wasn't wearing these. These are like a really neat, I bought like a bracelet made of these beads and took it apart. And there was two at the store. I wish I'd bought them both. And I've loved these old filigree. These were off a vintage necklace. These are raw jade is what the vendor told me at the bead market. But I'm not using them, so I'll take those back apart. And same with these earrings. I never really wore them, didn't care for them, taking them apart. This is an interesting story because I had this pair of earrings and I wore them all the time. And in fact, one of them fell off when I was out and about. And so I made another one to make up for it. And then I took the ear wire off, so that's why it's doing that. And then I found the missing one in the car, so I had an extra one. So now I can either take it apart, or I can put a new charm on top and make another matching one. There's all kinds of things you can do. This one is an oopsie. I had a particular bead I bought from, oh, what was the name of that store? I told you about it in my earring video, and my mind just went blank. Anyway, they sell a lot of stone. Well, they also sell some check beads, and these came from the same string, but I didn't realize I'd picked two different ones. This has kind of got a milky look to it, and this is more clear. So I've got to change one of these two earrings because this one has the gold wash on it, and this one has the gold wash, but it's more milky. This one's more clear. So I got to pick which bead I want to do and redo the one earring. And if you noticed, for me, I got out all the old ear wires that were getting kind of old, and you can kind of rub them in your fingers and make them look a little better. But I figure for me, I don't mind using those old ones that I can't use to make earrings to sell. This was another one. I lost the other one, and I can either make another one, which I may do, and then reuse this pair, or just take it apart. This is a pair that I love, and I actually do love them, but I can't wear brass. my ears will get in pain. So I think I'm going to put these in my Etsy store because I had them listed years ago, didn't sell, so I thought, oh, I'll keep them, but I can't wear them, so why? So I might put these back in my Etsy store. I think they're cute. I was very proud of them at the time. I use these gorgeous ceramic beads in a green and then all antique brass. So I might go ahead and put those back in the store. This was a long set of jewelry, of earrings, had a third bead, and I used it to make another pair out of already. Took this off of, I had a bigger one than this, a big clear and a big disc red together with this. I took this off and just put those on a pair of earrings. So, you know, and then like here's a pair of earrings that I found I just never wore. So I'll either put a different charm on or take them apart. But these were silver, and you can see how old they've gotten. That they're just, you can rub it off. It will shine up somewhat. It won't shine like new, but just for your own wearing, unless you're really particular and want them to look shiny. You can get them looking halfway decent for yourself. Now, would I sell those? No. But, and these were really bright, shiny silver plate when I first made them too. But they've darkened badly. This was actually a bracelet, and they were together like this. And I took them apart. They just had a little clip at the bottom, and then the jump ring held them together on top. And I just broke them in half and made a lot of jewelry out of them. I think that's it on the stuff I took apart. But I ended up making 30 or 35 pairs of earrings, plus I already had a bunch. So it's just amazing what you can do for yourself. How many pieces of jewelry you can make in just a day. And like I said, the beauty of it is, if you decide you don't like them after a year, I figure every year I'll go through, and whatever I haven't worn or I'm not using, I'll take it apart. And yeah, you might throw away a piece of ear wire, but if you want, what you can do, especially on the chain stuff like this, you can take them apart, like undo. See how I have them linked together? You can unlink them like this, but you can just hook them back closed and just put them in your jewelry. Sometimes I'll put beads like this into my tubs so that they're already still on the chains, so if I want to reuse them in something, I can. Now, if they're strung like this, then you're not really going to lose too much, because you can just cut the loop off, and you still have a long enough pin here to use for a small beaded earring, like 2, or I might use the shorter ones to do the bottom of a chained piece, because on the bottom of a chain piece you need a flat head, and then you loop it and then hook the other chains to it. So I never throw away unless it's absolutely too short. In my wire bin, which I think I have right here, I always keep all the pieces I cut. You can see them. This is a mess. All in here. These are all, well, there's some other stuff mixed in, but I've got a whole bunch of wires that are pre-cut in here. Some with loops, some plain, but I keep them because I need to get a better box because they don't fit in here very well. These are some I bought in bulk, and they're all twisted up, and they weren't a good buy. But I always reuse, unless it's just so short that you just cannot even put one bead on it. But if it's, like, see, here's some pieces I cut. Now this looks very short. And what I'll do is I'll loop it and see if a tiny bead will fit on it. And then if it will, I can keep it even with the loop on it. But I think that one would be good for like one of these small, like a small bead. Because I do chain small beads. So I don't throw away any of these pieces I cut off, ever. I always keep them, unless they're like, okay, obviously, if they're teeny tiny, like that's pushing it. That might be okay, but, you know, at some point you do know that you're not going to be able to save them. But anything that has any potential of being reused, I do save. So, anyway, making your own jewelry is a lot of fun, and if you have a bunch of individual beads, stuff that doesn't match, like you don't have enough to do, like you don't even have 2 of them, those are great. In fact, I bought a couple strings like that when we went to Michael's that day, and I put them in my haul video. And they actually sold these strings of single beads. And what you can do with these single beads, and we all have single beads, is you can either make a bracelet out of them, or they work out really fun for tassels. You can use them for purse hooks. Now these don't go together. They just sold, I think what they did is they just took a bunch of random beads. Probably they were at the end of their run and just had like a bunch of miscellaneous beads. And we bought, I think 2 of these. I wish I'd bought more, but we bought 2 of them. And they're each different. Neither of the 2 are the same. And we got these for $3 each. And I mean, some of the beads on there are really awesome. But this is what you can do. And there are a couple that kind of go together, but they still don't. But when you have a bunch of this kind of stuff, those are great for making a necklace. You can make a pendant out of something like this. Or you can make a tassel or a bead purse hook. Or a keychain even, with a few individual fun beads. Now here's 2 that do match. This one actually had 2 that matched on the same string. But for the most part, these don't match. Not many of them match together. I actually have 3 of those. But this shows you just that they sell them like this, that you can have fun with individual beads. So if you buy old jewelry and take it apart, you can do a lot of fun stuff with even individual beads. So, but making your own jewelry is a really fulfilling thing. You feel very accomplished. After I sat there for 2 days and made 35 pairs of, I think it was 32 or 33 pairs of earrings, you feel like, wow, I really accomplished something. And I not only matched a bunch of my clothes, but then I took the leftover beads and just kind of made all kinds of fun stuff out of them. And if in a year I find that I never found anything to wear with some of them, then I'll take them apart. But I also color coordinated them on my little earring holder so that if I have a blue shirt on, I can see all my blue earrings. If I have, like I've got some for Halloween and some for Christmas. And we'll do some videos on making holiday earrings. I'll do some autumn earrings. I'll do some Halloween earrings. Just generic fall and then Halloween. And we'll do some Christmas earrings later too. And just show you some of the things you can do with the charms and the beads that you have on hand, or that you can find at the Hobby Lobby and stuff. Always has their stuff 40% off once that holiday is here. So you can do a lot. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this last bead box. Sorry if you enjoyed this series and I'm done with it. But I just had to make the decision that I was paying almost 50 bucks a month for these 2 bead boxes. And although it was fun getting the boxes every month, I just, I want to collect the rest of my big spools of thread. There's about 5 or 6 more I want. And for that price, I could get, 3 every 2 months. Or, well, let's see. 3 every 2 months with that money. Because they're about $30 each. And I was spending, let's say I spent $90 in 2 months. I could get 3 every 2 months. So I'd rather put that money toward getting my big spools of thread so I can get all the different colors. Because once I have them, shoot, I won't have to buy thread for decades. So I like that idea, and I like having the big spools. So anyway, I will be back later with the new ornament. Let's see if I'm going to give you a little sneak peek or not. I'll show you the cookie cutter. How's that? This is a sneak peek of what's to come. This is a snow globe. And I'll show you what I did with this in my next video. I don't want to show you because I'm really excited about this one and I want to surprise you. But I should be doing this video today, and I might put it out today as well or tomorrow. We'll see. But I think you're going to like this one. It's a pretty easy one to do. So I think you'll enjoy that. And you can get very creative with it. And I'll show you some other ideas. But I'll be back with this video today or tomorrow. and I should be back on track for regular videos. I'm starting to feel much better. Everybody we know's got this cold. Our little granddaughter's got it. Her mommy's got it, our oldest daughter. Our sister-in-law, we were talking to her. She's had it, and my daughter says several of her friends have had it. So I guess this little cold is going around right now. So not the worst cold in the world, but you still feel pretty lousy, and that cough. And obviously you can't make videos if you're hacking and coughing. So unfortunately. But I'll be back by tomorrow at the latest. I think I'm going to do it right now, though. Put all this away and get this video done. So I will be back soon, and thank you so much. And if you would be kind enough to like the video, I'd sure appreciate it. If you have not subscribed, I would absolutely love it if you'd subscribe. I'm trying to build my community here and build my channel. And once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I can do community posts, which is wonderful, because then I can do, if I'm busy or something's going on and I'm not going to do a video for a week, I can put a community post up that'll show up in the videos. Can't do that till you hit 1,000, and I'm at like 720 something. So I'm trying to get up to 1,000. When I do get to 1,000, we will do a drawing and I'll give away an ornament. So I'm hoping we can get up to 1,000 maybe by the end of this year. That would be really exciting, and that's something I'm aiming for. So I will be back though soon, and thank you so much for your support, and please comment. I love to hear what you have to say, and I will do more videos on making your own jewelry if you guys are interested. But like I said, we will do holiday jewelry starting pretty soon. And I still owe you the cross on the domino. I have not forgotten. And we will get back to our bead bags as well. I just got off track for a little bit there with the surgery upcoming. And then we had the surgery. I got off track. And I do apologize for that. I will get us back on track. We got a lot to catch up on. And we'll have some fun doing that. So I'll be back soon. Thanks so much. Bye.